Don't try to trade Bitcoin. Just hodl Bitcoin, own Bitcoin, just Bitcoin. Don't look at anything else because everything else is for degenerate gamblers, and it'll just sidetrack you from the essence of peace that you will achieve by being pure Bitcoin maximalist.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Keiser and Michael Saylor reveal the real truth about MicroStrategy, Bitcoin's potential, and the broader crypto landscape. Tune in now and explore their influential insights to understand what's next.
You know what I tell the president? I say, look, President, for years, the IMF has been throwing presidents of Central American and Latin American countries out of airplanes. It's time for us to return the favor and throw some of these IMF bankers out of an airplane. He's like, Max, I agree, but it's a bit harsh. I'm like, okay, you're the president. You know, that's why you're the president and I'm not the president. Okay, if it were me, I'd throw these guys out of an airplane and return the favor. But look, the IMF is a dying institution, just like every central bank is a dying institution. All centralized money is a dying institution. All bankers are a dying institution. As a matter of fact, Jamie Dimon has already died. He's buried out in the ninth hole here in the Encanto Country Club. In his place is this animatronic AI-driven bot that just commits crimes all day so that the feds can bail him out. That's their only business model. Crime is their business model. Jamie Dimon is dead, and so is the entire banking system. They're deader than Los Angeles, deader than California. They are a dead duck. It's a dead man walking.
Easing inflation is capturing the spotlight as crypto market watchers anticipate the United States Consumer Price Index release on February 12. Marcus Thielen, head of research at 10x Research, believes a lower-than-expected print could spark a fresh Bitcoin rally, especially if inflation is revealed at around 2.7% or 2.8% instead of the commonly predicted 2.9%. Such a surprise would hint that inflation is declining faster than many expect, reinforcing a narrative that contributed to Bitcoin's surge in January. At that time, the market had braced for a potential third consecutive month of rising inflation, only to be jolted when the final data remained unchanged at 2.9%. The relief this created helped Bitcoin climb by $10,000 in just a matter of weeks, briefly pushing it above the crucial $100,000 threshold. Now, a similar uptick in price could once again reinvigorate enthusiasm among traders, placing Bitcoin near its historic highs. Some analysts are backing this possibility, referencing real-time trackers like the U.S. Triflation Inflation Index, which shows inflation dropping from 3% to 2.1%. This fuels hopes that the next CPI data could be kinder to risk assets, spurring renewed optimism in the crypto realm. Polls shared on social media also reflect a divided sentiment, with a slight majority expecting an upward shift for Bitcoin after the CPI release. Crypto enthusiasts like Benjamin Cowan and Michael Van de Poppy foresee big moves on the horizon, suggesting that any upside surprise could pave the way for new all-time highs. Enthusiasts watch closely for outcomes.
I think we're getting to the point where people are just focused on getting as much Bitcoin as possible and not getting bogged down in figuring out why. They're just buying, and they're just hitting the buy button because they feel like the front running and the FOMO and the hyper-Bitcoinization are so strong that people are just like, hit the buy button and they'll think about why they're doing it later. You feel in the air the electricity. You know, the U.S. wants to buy 1 million Bitcoin. Some Mideast countries going to announce they're going to put an order in to buy hundreds of billions of dollars for Bitcoin, from what I understand. You've got nation states FOMOing into it. You've got the global hash wars. I've described it, going back to 2019. You've got the retail market just kind of waking up to this. If you look at the Google searches, right, they've been asleep for years. Now they're starting to pick up, so that you yet to see the whole retail influx of buyers. So all that's coming together. This classic bull market frenzy.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously the Trump election is probably one of the biggest pieces of news in Bitcoin that's happened. You and I were talking a little earlier about how I think it surprised both of us. What was your reaction with the Trump news? Obviously Trump's controversial because he's got his own coins and all that, right? What's your thoughts about that change in America?
Yeah, it's, I've been around for a long time, and I came of age as a kid. I was a kid, when Richard Nixon was president. We had the Watergate scandal, and we went through Jimmy Carter, and then Reagan became president. That had a big influence on me. That's when I really dived into becoming a stockbroker and working on Wall Street, and kind of got swept up in the Reagan revolution. And then we went through the Clinton years, which were kind of weird, and a couple of Bush presidents in there. And we had Joe Biden. The thing about the Joe Biden years is that it really was almost like end of empires. I really felt like, America was finished. America is toast. America is just going to sink into oblivion now. The empire is dead. But America has a way to reinvent itself, which is unique to America, because the Constitution and the Bill of Rights worked. They protected the sanctity of the elections enough to get the will of the people represented in the government by electing the people they wanted, including the president. And I remember back in the 80s, Luke, when the word on the street, and I was working on Wall Street at the time, was that Japan was going to dominate the world economy. They had beautiful manufacturing capacity, and they were cranking out cars, and they were sending them over to the U.S., and Japan's real estate property market had gone up to this absurd lovable valuation where like a square inch of the Royal Palace real estate was worth more than Manhattan or something crazy like that. And then the internet came around, and it favored creativity over conformity. Because think about the Japanese economy that made it strong was that there was a high degree of conformity. People did what they were told, and they did like robots cranking out this cars, and it worked until it didn't work. And with the launch of the internet in the 90s, the whole pendulum of global economic activity swung back to the U.S., and then you had really the rise of Google and Amazon and Apple, and these are all multi-trillion-dollar companies now. And that's carried the U.S. back to a premier spot in the global economy. Then you had this very strange digression in America toward wokeism, or basically social Marxism, and it really threatened to destroy the entire country. But true to form, from the distance rides a man on a white horse, to come and save the day. The hero, like Joseph Campbell talks about, hero with 1,000 faces. The classic motif of the hero arrives, and he brings with him the cavalry. I think even Elon Musk tweeted, like, the cavalry has arrived,
Solana, Sol, has lost momentum, falling over 6.25% in 24 hours to around $194.50 on February 12. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's recent hawkish statements have weighed on risk assets, including Solana, fueling a broader crypto market sell-off. The Fed's possibility of maintaining higher interest rates, along with rising Treasury bond yields, has dampened investor enthusiasm. Network activity data also signals trouble for Solana. Recent statistics from the Dune dashboard show a sharp drop in daily transactions, falling from over 71,000 on January 23 to about 23,835 on February 12. This slowdown in on-chain engagement reduces demand for SOL and highlights waning interest in Solana's decentralized finance (DeFi) ecosystem. Adding to the downside pressure, the memecoin frenzy that once supported Solana's rallies has also cooled, with leading tokens like Official Trump, TrueUMP, plummeting from their peaks. Technically, Solana now faces a head and shoulders pattern, marking potential further downside. If the price breaks below the crucial neckline at $180.50, it could slip as far as $109.21, nearly 40% below current levels. Holding above the neckline may help Solana recover, though sustained user engagement, favorable macroeconomic conditions, and renewed market interest both appear key to reversing its downtrend. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.